Hi, Rob Thiesfield here. I am live. This is my fifth. Yesterday I've been going live every day for the last few days, and yesterday didn't happen. There was no live. I actually collapsed into my bed at 7 o'clock and didn't wake up till the morning. So that's what happens when you do your lives at night. I'm considering changing the time for my lives and doing it perhaps in the morning or during the day, and we'll see what happens. I'm also in the process of re-establishing the purpose. It's interesting, with everything that I've been doing, when I've started these lives, the first thing I noticed is that it's different to everything that is in your head. I had all these ideas in my head of how lives were going to be and what would happen, how I'd do the work and everything else. Now that I'm actually doing the lives, it's a very different process. Several things I've noticed. I've noticed that when I'm very tired, I and ah, which is something that we try and avoid every time that you do speaking. Ums and ahs are something that shouldn't appear. So being able to eliminate those is definitely a good thing. But I did one where I was very tired and I heard myself and ah a lot. That was the one about the boat, sinking my mate's boat. What else? The whole process of doing a live and requiring a location, I was so specific about having to have a quiet space, about having to have a clean background. And as you can see, my background's not exactly clean. My space isn't exactly quiet, not every time. And I've noticed more and more that these things were just literally excuses that I used to slow down the process of doing it. So if you've got a background that's not pretty, an environment that's not very quiet, as long as you can be heard and your message is important, it's worth it. So worthwhile doing that live. The other aspects of live is that I've noticed that although I've been live now for 5 times, thereabouts, it's not really pointing in a very clear direction. I mean, who's going to be looking at this? The people that know me, maybe. But what's the purpose of this live? How does this bring value to the people in my community? How does this bring value to the people that follow me? It's great to go live, it's great to chat, but in the end, the whole point of this is to help people, to provide value, to give people something that they can look at and say, yeah, that's going to help me in the future. And so on that basis, I've realized that these lives have been an interesting experiment for me, and thankfully they've had very few views. And the whole point is, really, I'm trying to find my feet. I'm trying to find what it is I want to offer, what it is I want to provide, what sort of value I'm looking at giving, and how I can do that to serve my people the best I can. And to that end, it's also, who are my people? Although I do have that quite clear, I am not yet fully dialed in, and I can see that. So to that end, the next step is to reevaluate what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and just see where this is going to end up. There's importance in all of this, and I think my next video, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, this is me for this live, and just letting you know that I'm taking a turn. Things are going to change, not sure how, but I'm looking at what it is and how it will be. I think the first thing will be there'll be a call to action in my videos. There'll be also a call of attention towards a specific group, and from there we'll see what else goes. But obviously the lives will then provide value for the group that I'm calling out, and we'll see where we go. So yeah, welcome to the change. They say you can't steer a ship unless it's moving. So a rudder is useless while there's no motion. And now that I'm actually doing lives, I realize that the ship is in movement and it's not heading towards a place I really want it to go. So we need to turn the rudder and see if we can get this ship back in order and back in the direction it needs to go. Thank you for joining me and being part of this process, and I look forward to seeing what happens next.